Okay, so we're here at DCW Frankfurt, and I'm on the Ascento booth, and it'd just be good to understand, you've generated a lot of interest today, so what is it that you're showing?
Yes, so this is our robot, Ascento Guard. It's an outdoor robot that patrols on security sites, for example, data centers, logistics, or like on some sites with like high security needs. And what we have here is a robot that we have been developing for about 11 years. So it started all 2014 when TTH as a focus project, and since 2023 we are a company and are operating in the US, Denmark, Belgium, Netherlands, Germany and Switzerland with robots that are running as we're speaking in the moment. So we have some different services, for example, like 24/7 patrols or 12 hours a day or 8 hours a day. It depends what you need. And we don't sell the robot, we let it lease the customer.
So as a service, yeah.
As a service, so it depends on the customer needs, how many hours he needs secured, the robot will drive them. Yeah.
Okay, and I guess the obvious question is, are you replacing humans or augmenting human security? How do people use these things?
So we are not replacing humans because especially at data centers, they are not like near the city, and not a lot of people are near there. And there is a big need of more people in the security industry, especially, for example, for outdoors. And for this reason, we built a robot that can help that we solve this issue, so that we still need the humans indoors to all the other checks, but a lot of things that are quite repetitive and boring, the robot is able to do.
Sure.
For example, like checking fence, walking 40 kilometers a day, 4 times, only to check if the fence is secure, for example, as you can see here, is really boring for a human. And the big thing, the good thing is as well, we have some different cameras. So the problem is with a human, he only is able to see to the front, but the robot has as well cameras to the back and a thermal camera. Yeah. So for example, when everything is dark, the robot is still able to see humans or something that shouldn't be. Yeah.
And when it spots an anomaly or a problem, what happens? What's the process?
So as you can see here, then it gets notified to the security operations center, for example to the security company or to the security on site, and they will then decide what happens next. Okay, is it, for example, just a person that we know that is late for work there, or they will send somebody on site to check it properly. Yeah.
Okay. And in terms of the data center market, what's been your sort of take up? What's been the interest so far?
We are at some different data centers in the US and Belgium and the Netherlands, and they really like it, especially because it's really reliable. So for example, one of those robots does at the moment 60 kilometers, and some data centers have like 3 or 4 of them patrolling 24/7.
Okay.
Yeah, and they are really happy, and especially you have to build a robot that is robust for everything, because at data centers there is like different terrain, like normal street, grass, gravel, and a lot of like traffic with cars. And we have developed a system that is able, for example, when there's a street crossing, the robot stops and does a 360-degree check, and then if he doesn't see anyone coming, he will drive them. Yeah.
And I suppose weather, I mean, what sort of weather can they cope with? Most things?
Yeah, really good question, because we are based in Switzerland, so sometimes we have like 4 different like snow, rain, everything in one day. Yeah. The robot is able to even drive when there are like huge winds, like for example 100 kilometers. We had it already at the data center, and we're happy that the robot went patrolling and not the humans.
Not the humans, yeah.
And especially as well for snow. So for example, we add here some spikes or some chains that the robot is even able to drive on snow. Yeah.
And in terms of the future, I mean, do you have a sort of various upgrades planned, or is this pretty much it, or just anything you can share as to where you're going to take this technology?
Yeah, well, we would like to build more, like to put more sensors on it. For example, a gas sensor to check if, for example, it's a gas leakage, and really like to try to understand what the customer needs. And for example, a lot of customers said they want a robot that is able to drive 8 hours, and because before we had a robot that is able to drive only 4 hours, or like the thermal camera increased way better in the view, so it's way better to see it, and especially like the whole camera quality. Yeah.
Okay. And maybe just I mean, you say it's for use outside, but is there any reason why you couldn't potentially adapt it or use it inside as well in certain applications?
Yeah, well, the thing is, with those robots, like they need good GPS, RTK, and LTE. And the thing is always, if you don't have both, it doesn't work that well.
Right.
And this is the thing. At the moment, we still only do outside. Yeah. But we have some solutions. For example, that we have. Next to SIM cards, we had private network and even some edge places, so the robot is able to drive.
Yeah, no, I'm just thinking long term because data centers, lights out data centers, might make sense to have some of these eventually. But
they already have.
Yeah, well, there we are. Well, it's been great to chat to you, Nicolò. So I really appreciate your time. Thanks very much. Oh, look, here comes his little brother. Come around the corner.